everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Decision Hour. I'm Adam, and with me as always, Patty.
Adam.
How goes it?
Good. It's going good.
We have
Special guest Brittany on the show today.
Yeah. Brittany, are you there? Brittany?
It's Brittany, bitch. See you.
Oh my God. How many people grew up with Brittany? I think she's younger than me. She is younger.
I'm younger than Brittany.
Either. Brittany. Oh my.
I'm not bitter or anything.
Well, why don't we get That's a great segue into today's topic for today's show, which is what?
Bitchiness and bitterness. Gasp! I don't think I've ever sworn on our show.
No, I don't. That's usually my department. So,
I know, you cover that well usually.
Wow. Okay, thank you. Bitchiness and bitterness. Is this more? This is gonna sound like sexist, so I apologize, ladies. But is this more like a woman type thing? I can't picture like guys being.
No!
Oh my God,
me.
he is totally being bitchy right now. Like seriously.
No.
Like no.
I have a good friend that's a guy, and he totally talks like that, and he can totally be a bee.
He can totally be. You just said it. Now you're gonna blur.
How many times, if I say that B word, it's going to be a lot on this show. I don't think I've ever sworn on air. Have I?
Twice.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, that assumed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, so we're talking about bitchiness and bitterness. What exactly? Explain.
Like, where are we going with this?
Yeah, where are we going with this?
So I just thought it would be a good title of a show, and we're going to wing it as we go.
All right, it's perfect. Perfect. So I think bitchiness. Let me tell you something. Okay, so now, okay, I can do this. Bitchiness and bitterness. Let me tell you something. You know what's bitchiness and bitterness? Are those freaking shows on television? What is it? Real Housewives.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I said it. And no, I'm not anticipating any of them being on the show anytime soon, but I'm going to say it. Bitchiness and bitterness. All of that you can find in those shows right there. I don't care if it's Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of LA, Chicago, Dallas, whatever. There's all kinds of bitchiness and bitterness. I feel dumber when I have to walk into the house and somebody is watching that stuff on the TV. And I sit there and I look at her and I was like, what are you watching? She's like, I'm watching my bitches. And I'm just like, literally, that's the response I get. I am so like, she's like, where are you going? You're not going to watch TV? No, I can't stand watching that stuff. Like, it's yeah. This is,
Well, my gosh, I didn't expect all that.
I'm sorry, but it's stuff like that. I mean, you said bitchiness and bitterness. That's exactly what I think of.
Yeah, I've never watched those shows. Nope. They drive me crazy. I can't stand it. Even like if Judge Judy gets on TV and she's like raising her voice, it's just like irritating to me. Can't stand it. I like nice people. I don't like mean people. I'm not in the girls club. That's the mean girls club. It's not me. It's not for me. I want nothing to do with it. If you are going to be a bee, if you're going to be a bitch, then I don't want you in my life. Like, I'm super glad that you're not in my life. And maybe I'm bitter about it. Am I? No. You have to have boundaries. You have got to have boundaries.
You know, we did a show on jealousy and whatnot. There's almost like a fine line between that and bitterness. Like, don't be bitter about shit either. You know.
Yeah,
see,
I mean,
I'm
it's
sorry.
the same.
Now, see, I apologize. I'm swearing, using 4-letter words. But you know
Today
what?
is our R-rated show, the one and only R-rated show.
Like, don't be. What do you got to be bitter about? I'm bitter because I didn't get the promotion. I'm bitter because Tommy got a new car and I didn't. You know,
whose fault is that?
I'm bitter because my girlfriend left me. I'm bitter because, well, I mean,
it could be a good thing that the girl left you.
Yeah.
It could be, like motivate yourself, work a little harder, save some money, get yourself a new car.
It's like, gee, hey. And don't here. Let me tell you something else. Well, like if you're having a bad day and you like this, oh, I got to go to the grocery store and I'm already. You're already having a bad day.
Oh.
Don't be a bitch to the people that serve
store.
your food, okay, and B the people that are at their job. Nobody comes to your job and being a bitch to you or anything like that. Like, don't do it. Like, put that stuff aside. There's no reason to be. I'm fired up right now. I am sorry, but it's like.
And let me remind you, folks, at the beginning of the show, Adam said, "There's no guys who are like this, are there?" And then listen,
I'm not
great.
being. No, listen, I'm not. Listen. I'm not being bitchy about it. I'm being passionate.
Bitter.
I'm being passionate about it. There's a big difference there. I mean. You know what? If you're listening to the show and you think I'm being bitter about this topic, please go to the Facebook page, The Decision Hour, and leave a comment. Leave a comment on it.
This is going to be good.
Yeah.
We're going to get some real bitches on here now. We just opened that can of worms.
God. I don't see guys being. I could see guys being bitter, bitchy.
I've seen it.
I mean, it depends on the type of guy.
Wait. Okay, so especially on the internet, I see it with men. Especially
what?
Because that they're sitting there like, especially their political views, their
that's one.
Maybe like bitter because
teams.
somebody's lifting more weights than somebody else. Like, oh, I didn't get to pass my whatever PT test, but so and so did, and he weighs 100 pounds more than me, and it's not fair.
So you're talking about being
that's
bitter.
Just whininess, though. That's not really bitter. That's whiny, isn't it? I don't know. I don't even know why we open this.
That's borderline envy.
Yeah, jealousy, envy. Yeah. Listen to we have a series rolling out that we're going to be addressing a lot of these things. So,
it's just my thing is like, listen, don't be. When we take time off, right? And Patty and I, we have a goal within ourselves, between each other, of how many shows we want to put out and stay in touch with you guys. And we're human. Like the last several weeks, we just when this show rolls out, there was a time where we were off for quite a while, and life happens. We had to. We didn't have a choice. Neither one of us liked it, but we weren't bitter about it. And we sure as heck weren't bitching about it. That's for you guys. Bitch that we're not on air. We love hearing that part of it. But don't be. Let me tell you something else. This is, man. I see people, and there's guys that do it too. But a lot of the times you see like women do it where if they see a guy at a club or something like that, I'm not referring to myself, and a guy buys you a drink or whatever, and there's like gold digger status is what I'm saying. And, let me tell you something. This, what I'm about to say, has caused fights in my household. I get that, there's a certain stature that you want to meet or whatever. Nothing wrong with that. But you don't have to be a bitch to. I said it. And ladies, those of you out there, maybe some of you you've done this where you've kind of looked down upon a guy that was being nice, and maybe he was just being nice, but you're like, oh, he was hitting on me, he was doing this, doing that, blah blah blah. And guys done the same thing. Like there's been times where girls will go up to a guy and a guy's just being in this case a bitch, or I'll say an asshole, and just be like, nope, don't want anything to do with it, whatever. But you don't be like that. Like, this
is interesting, and I think we need to have a follow-up dating show.
I'm not sure how I got off on this topic.
I don't either.
I keep thinking about listen, I'm not bitter about it, okay? She said no, I was fine, and moved on, whatever. No. But I see it's the negativity in the shows that are on TV, and you just can't help. And listen, it's not just the Real Housewives. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's like sitcom shows and stuff like that where you're looking at it and it's like there's storylines in between each one, and you're just like, that guy is totally bitter, or she is just a raging bitch.
There was a show which I love called 13 Going on 30. I love that show. Oh my gosh. Anyways, in that show, there was this girl that in high school, she was a mean snob. And she grew up to be a mean, conniving snob. And in the end, she lost her job, which I'm like, yes, karma. And the good girl, the sweet girl, she ended up on top, which was amazing. So, but really, if you think about it, I remember like going through high school or going through different periods of my life where you will always meet a mean person. And I can guarantee that someday that mean person is going to learn his or her lesson, or they're going to struggle and they're not going to make it. And if they do make it, it's on the surface, like it's a surface thing.
Yeah.
And behind closed doors, they are miserable. I have seen it all the time.
Have you ever been bitter?
Well, I don't know about bitter. I guess I had a jealousy issue because my friend and I, we were doing this competition on our Apple Watches just recently, like last week. And she was like beating me. And I'm like, how's she beating me? I'm like walking 3.5 to 4 miles a day and like doing all this stuff. So I was kind of bitter. Like, how's she getting more points than me? Yeah.
There's a way to cheat on those things. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. My husband's like, she probably put the watch on the dog's neck and it's running around in circles. Yeah. I'm like, no, she would never do that. Like, we were joking about it, laughing. She did not do that. She would never do that. She's a really good friend. I love her to pieces. And it's super funny because I got to still tell her this, so I better tell her this before the show airs because she listens and I am doomed. I'm doomed for being that bitch.
Oh yeah, that's
erase, re-record.
Yeah. We'll just edit that out. No, I've been bitter when it comes to like I was very competitive growing up, and if I didn't get the starting position on the team or something like that, I was a little bitter. But when I moved to Arizona, I was bitter because I didn't want to move to Arizona, so I was very bitter. Because
you know. I was recently telling a friend, I really am a good person. Like
the fact that you have to say that out loud, like you're convincing yourself, like, you know what? I am a good person.
He's like, what? And I'm like, I really am a good person. Like, I do really good things. Like, I'm really not bitchy when I talk to people. However, I will say this. If I'm trying to be nice to somebody and they are still completely a jerk, and they just don't stop, I have my limit.
Yeah.
And I will make them cry. And it's bad, I know, but it will happen. I have my limit. That's all, folks.
I'd like to. Yeah, I've never seen. I have. She's not made me cry yet. So let's. I'm good to know.
It will take a lot. Jeez. Because I really am. Forgiving. I'm very flexible. I'm very loving, but there is a point that I'll step up and speak up for myself if it's gotten that far. But I mean, it really has to be almost a life and death situation for that to happen.
So there was really this was like a last minute topic where it was just kind of like, it just sounded funny. That's why we're doing it. But just like everything else that we do on the show, called the Decision Hour. It's the Decision Hour for a reason. So here's your takeaway. Make the decision not to be a bitch or to be bitter.
Yeah, because that's ugly.
Yeah, very ugly. And with that said, that's all the time we have today, folks. We appreciate you listening in with us. Make sure you check out us, follow us on social media. We're on the Facebook and the Instagram at The Decision Hour. You can email us, thedecisionhour@gmail.com. Special thanks to Heroes Media Group, the mothership where we can be heard. Go check out all the great shows and all the cool stuff that they got going on over there. Just go to www.heroesmediagroup.com. Until next time, for Patty, I'm Adam. You've been listening to The Decision Hour.